Good afternoon. As teachers, we do not often have the opportunity to see the impact that we have on our students' lives. We work blindly in the hope that we are having an impact and that we are preparing our students for successful futures. I feel that being a middle school teacher is like working on the Mars mission, preparing for an eventuality that is years in the future. Just like the scientists of NASA, we wait hoping a message will finally be sent back affirming that we were right. As middle school teachers, we received that message many years later, as a letter or even a visit by a grown adult, letting us know the impact that AVID has had on their lives. My first class of AVID students are now juniors in university, and I am amazed at how far they have gone. Our first year together was rough. It was rough. They wanted to go to college, but many of them did not want to do what it took to get to college. There was much complaining about tutorial request forms and learning logs, and they would really groan all the time about Cornell notes. It makes me laugh now when they tell me about how they still use Cornell notes in their college classes. I know that it is because of AVID that many of these students will be the first in their family to graduate from college. My first class of 7th grade AVID students are completing their 6th year of AVID as seniors in high school this year. I had the opportunity to chaperone their college field trip to Southern California last year, and it gave me immense pride to listen to 2 of my students plan for a future that is in sight for them, compared to when those exact same students told me in 7th grade that they wouldn't be going to college because it was too expensive and too much work. It is at moments like this that I know AVID is preparing our students for college readiness. Much of this can be accredited to the AVID family, the relationships we develop with our AVID students. I have always cared about my students, but it is as an AVID elective teacher that I truly learned to hold my students accountable and to push them to work harder while at the same time providing them the support that I could in the classroom. That I truly learned to love them as my students and as individuals. It is because of this that we became a school family, and as an AVID class, we spoke of ourselves as an AVID family. I'm sure many of you have had similar experiences with your own AVID students. With my first AVID class, they used to call me their foster dad. It was weird to hear 30 students, or 30 kids, on public transport calling me dad. Now when I hear from them, they love to remind me about our AVID foster family and how much it helped them and how they gave each other support that they needed to get through middle school and later through high school. Even though every time I receive a graduation photograph, it is further evidence that what I am doing is providing my students what they need to help them achieve. AVID has completely changed me as a teacher. I taught for 10 years before attending my first AVID Summer Institute. And if you had have asked me, I would have said I was a pretty good teacher. But it is thanks to AVID I realized how much I had to learn. Now, because of AVID, I have a toolbox that allows me to support my students to develop the necessary skills to be academically successful beyond middle school. It is through AVID that I also developed as a teacher leader. I helped expand my district's AVID program from 1 to 4 school sites and growing. I have become much more of an advocate for all students and for families to gain the support they need from our school system. With my AVID site team, we have developed a school-wide culture where all of our students can visualize themselves on the path to college, with a future only limited by how much effort they choose to put into it. As an AVID site coordinator, I have presented on the benefits of AVID to the community and provided AVID professional development to my colleagues. It is wonderful to see their instructional practices improve and the impact that it has had on the achievements of the students that we all teach. I am so proud of the great work that we have done in helping our students gain a lifelong advantage by helping them prepare for college readiness. I could not have done this without AVID, and I am proud to speak to you today, and I hope my experience prompts you to wholeheartedly find your AVID family. I look forward to returning to AVID Summer Institute in the future to hear from you about how AVID has impacted your teaching and your students' lives for the better. Thank you very much.